Hi, welcome to Sunday.
Good morning. Hello. Yeah, Brandon, what is it?
I think it's Tuesday.
It was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday.
Friday.
And there were 8 people.
I mean, of all the days to not have a clear sense of what day it is.
It's today. We came to Waffle House
Yeah.
and we left Steven at home and Chaz because they were real tired.
They're a bunch of wimps, unlike us.
I think we had a collective 16 hours of sleep.
Collective. Oh, that's good. 16 is good.
Divided 8 ways.
I mean, Steven and Chaz were the people that had to be on nonstop.
Yeah,
in
they
respectful
were.
ways for the whole day.
I hope they get good rest.
Yeah.
I heated up a muffin. Hello and welcome to Sunday. Hold on. It's hard to hold the phone without this. There we go. I heated up a muffin. The Keurig's turning on. What time is it? It's 4:30. So went to bed like right at 9, I think 9 a.m. I went to bed, and then I woke up. I went to bed at 9. I woke up at That's not a time. That's a meow. That's a good try. I woke up at 1. Just about, maybe 1, maybe like 1:30. And Kepler woke me up. Yeah, Kepler woke me up. And Mal was like, I'll go feed him. I said, okay. And then I laid there for a long time and I was trying to get back to sleep. And I was like, I've had 4.5 hours and I'm kind of awake. I don't know. And some of the people in our group were starting to talk a little bit on Discord. And people were asleep, but some people were up. Mal was up. And I was like, I'm awake. But I was laying there in bed, and then I was like, well, I'll just put the phone down and see if I could sleep again. So I ended up managing to fall back asleep. And I woke up at, I don't know, 4, maybe like 3:50. And when I woke up, Kep was touching my face. So I just sent a text to Mao and I was like, feed Kepler, please. And then she was like, I'm not home. And I'm like, what? So her and everyone but me and Chaz went to Waffle House. So me and Chaz are here. Chaz is still asleep. And it sucks a little bit because I actually found out that, they had made the executive decision to let me and Chaz sleep, but I found out that they left like 20 minutes before I woke up, and then I was like, oh. So Mal took Jeff, Brandon, Josh, and Dan in our car and went over, and Alex, Haley, and Lindsay are over there. So it's just me and Chaz here. I don't know how long Chaz is going to sleep. At this point, I'm awake. Like I said, it's 4:30, so I don't know how many hours it is. It's like 7-ish, factoring in the fact that I woke up in the middle. I don't think I could go back to bed now. I'm pretty awake. I just heated up a muffin. And I turned on the Keurig because I don't necessarily want caffeine, but I want something hot. I want to try and I never had a bowel movement yesterday. Sorry if that's TMI, but I didn't. There's actually a lot of extra lives where I don't, because if I get really, as long as I haven't eaten anything to terribly mess up my stomach, once I get like hyper focused into like it's entertainer mode, it's time to do the event for a long time. I typically don't get tired for a long time. Yesterday was weird because I didn't get tired at all. Like, there was never really a time at all that I felt tired. Haley too. The both of us, we were like, we're here, we're doing this. So, I mean, I wasn't tired, but then also I never went to the bathroom. So I would like to, I'll probably feel better if I do. So I want to get a shower. But I'd really like to go to the bathroom. So I'm hoping that a hot drink will help me. I think this is my mug. I definitely had a hot coffee last night or yesterday or sometime. Anyway, there's a lot of little like intricate things I could talk about in relation to Extra Life. Like, later on today I'll probably talk a little bit more about some of the macro stuff, the numbers and things like that, which are impressive. But just as a, like a micro thing, like I don't know that I had any soda yesterday. This is like a tiny little detail, but it's just something that I'm remembering right now, and I won't ever remember again because that'll be gone. But I don't believe I had any soda. I actually don't really drink soda much anyway. I might have a can a week. And yesterday I mostly drank some waters. I had a hot coffee at some point, and then I had, I think, 2 of these have been a big hit. These are from Costco. They're cold brew coffee in a can, and we bought a pack, and I had them in the fridge, and people liked them, so we ended up buying a second pack before the event started. And then on the day of the event, everyone was worried we would run out, so Brandon went to Costco and bought another I think 2 packs. We had a bunch of them. I think I drank 2, but a lot of people were drinking them, and I think they like them because there's a lot of people here to drink coffee, and a lot of people like their coffee black, which is convenient, and then there's no sugar, so you don't have any effects of the sugar, but you still get the caffeine. So yeah, those were a hit, and those are good. If I'm gonna have coffee, I typically don't drink it. I mean, if I'm gonna be up for a 20-hour event, then I'll probably drink more than I normally would, and I'll drink more of the cold stuff. But because I typically like the hot stuff. It tends to make you a little sleepy. Like having a hot drink, I mean, like if I was drinking hot coffee at the end of Extra Life, I don't think that's as useful personally as having the cold stuff. I don't know if there's a science behind that. I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm allowing myself because, again, little micro details I wouldn't normally talk about or think about. It is very weird just being here. Chaz is asleep and then no one else is here. All right, I'm going to eat this and hopefully go to the bathroom, get a shower so I feel a little more human. And Mal told me that everyone's going to come back over here to just chill tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. One of the things about doing an event like this is that it's hard on everyone, right? But it's particularly hard on folks who are, historically it's been like me and Chaz. Like it's been very, very difficult for me and Chaz because we are around for like the entirety of the event. Like we're here, we're awake, we're doing thing, and yesterday there was actually more people that did that. There's a lot of people that slept, which is a really interesting idea, because we've never been able to do that. We've never had so many people around that folks could nap and there'd still be plenty of people on the couch and stuff. That's really interesting. But we had so many folks here that there were a lot of folks that napped even more than once, which is cool. But yesterday was a lot of people, half the group maybe, that stayed awake. And like I said, the only people that never mysteriously got tired were me and Haley, but everyone, I think at least half the people were like, they stayed awake the whole time. And I don't know, it was a slightly different feeling because there was more energy at hours that there normally wouldn't be. typically there comes a time in the night where things get a little loopy. And I actually don't think that we had a whole lot of that because there was so much energy, either because of building off of each other's energy in the room, or if, some folks had slept and they felt a little bit better. It was kind of an interesting extra life. I think in some previous years, it feels like it very naturally winds down because we're tired. And this one, it almost may feel to some degree that it ends a little more abruptly. And it's not that we streamed any less. We streamed the same amount of time. And certainly there's also a natural time to end the stream because, as the longer you go, donations do slow down. And at a certain point, you could stream an additional 2 days, but how much more are you actually going to raise? Probably very, very minimal amount. So there's a natural ending point. But it's interesting when there's so much energy because then, the energy actually stayed high throughout. And as much as I love some of the loopy stuff that happens, I actually think I prefer, the energy being so high. We didn't need any loopiness necessarily to help us create good stuff and good comedy. We had such a good collection of games, actually. And again, I'm probably going to talk about this later. I have a feeling this vlog will be long because I'm in a rambling mood today, and that's just what it's going to be like. But let me come over here and show you these game lists. It's a little dark. Maybe I could spin this around so I can see it in this light better. There we go. Okay, so this goes from bottom up. And this is just a good collection of games. This one is Big Brain Academy. That disc was so scratched we couldn't play it, which made me sad, but I'm just committing to doing it raised over $2,000, so I'm committing to doing a separate stream where we play this. I need to either get this resurfaced, or if I can't get it resurfaced, I need to buy another copy. But I will, and we'll do it. So, folks that donated towards it will get to see it. I just have to wait on that. Monster High, Oregon Trail. Yeah, ended on Pikmin 2. Honestly, I feel like I have a lot of feelings about this Extra Life. I really do. One thing is that I feel like that is the best selection of video games we've ever had in an Extra Life. And I know they're not all AAA games, but I mean in terms of the amount of either entertainment value or comedic value that was extracted from any individual game, I feel like collectively, this is the best set we've ever had. Truthfully. And certainly there's been times in the past in other Extra Lives where we played a certain game that is very, very funny or very, very entertaining. But I think collectively, I think from start to finish, this was the best group of games we've ever had for Extra Life. So first off, thanks, since you're the ones that choose the game. And you just did a really great job. I think it was really entertaining, front to back. It's just really good selection of everything. And the other thing is that, I don't want to, it's choosing a favorite child, but I really truly believe that this was my favorite Extra Life that I've ever done. I feel like I just had more fun than I've ever had, and that's not to insinuate that I have not had fun at the other ones. I clearly have. I really felt like this one, for me, was my favorite. I feel like this was possibly the best event we've ever done. And I had actually, I had some reservations a little bit going into it. I didn't know how things were going to go having so many people here, because in the past we've had 6. For the past few years we've had 6, and that is enough to have people on the couch and people reading donations and people taking care of, or Chaz taking care of the back end, and then someone else, making sure that there's some coordination between everyone, and maybe one person on the couch, so or another person adding extra commentary behind the couch or whatever. So that's worked, and I did have reservations going into this event and having more people, simply because I was worried that it might be a too many cooks in the kitchen type situation. You know, will there be too many people? And that, I'm very happy. Just, it didn't feel like that to me at all. You know, the way that we did the couches, where we just had the stadium seating, we always had additional people in the back. That ended up working really well, and it looks good, and it sounded good. And I think that what everyone in the back added was good and valid, and my fears about that were completely unfounded. They really were. Like I think it was good. So that makes me feel better. Because I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to go. I don't know if we're going to have like too many people. I don't think that. I really don't. It was nice because we had additional, you know, pieces of entertainment and comedy at all times, and then we could also switch people out more. There's greater variety in who was playing games, and I feel like all of my friends are very, very funny, and they all do a fantastic job just on their own. So yeah, I felt very comfortable. I stepped away for more individual games this year than I ever have. Typically, I'm on the couch, like right in front, and it's rare for me to leave. And I mean, I still was around for a huge majority, but like I left just a little bit more than I have in the past, to eat or to go to the bathroom or whatever, and like that was fine. You know, I didn't have to worry about anything, and that was nice. Yeah, I just realized that I heated that up like a million years ago. After I heated. Okay, I've been filming for a while, but I just kind of train of thought, train of consciousness. Not everyone will be into this, but I think folks that watch Extra Life every year will, you know, are kind of curious to be like, oh, what are Steven's thoughts on Extra Life this year? And, you know, those are my thoughts. We had a lot of food. We had a lot. I never even showed the fridge in the garage where you keep your drinks in. It is stocked. It was really cool to have everything and just be like, everything is set. My mom sent all those baked goods. We just had all the stuff. I never mentioned on the vlog, Mark from Vermont sent us a really generous Domino's gift card, and that's actually how we got the pizza yesterday, so thank you, Mark. So like everything was just really good yesterday, and things ran smoothly. Having Brandon here in person was really, really good and helpful, and was able to actually coordinate with the mod team, like while we're doing everything. And I don't know. I don't want to ramble on forever because I've rambled on a while, but I'm just very, very happy with how the event went. And yeah, later I'll try and remember to talk about some of the macro stuff, because there's some really interesting things. I mean, for one, we raised a lot of money, which is great. I didn't have any particular goal in mind, but I was like, I hope we can at least, you know, clear 100,000 if we can. And like, things are changing. You know, the economy is changing, and there's a lot of factors and variables that can make the amount that you raise fluctuate. So I was not going into this event thinking like, oh, you know, I definitely want to beat our all-time high, or like, I'm just here to put on a good event and to raise as much money as possible for the charity. But I was still really impressed, honestly. 111,000 is a great deal of money. So anyway, I'm realizing that I'm just going to talk about literally everything. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm just going to tell you now, because I'm thinking of it and I might forget. So screw it. I'll tell you right now. So the viewership numbers, I'll have to double check with Chaz, but I believe these are the highest numbers we've ever had for anything we've ever done. So we did a 20-hour stream and we averaged 3,500 viewers. Brandon says we didn't fall below 3,000 viewers until like 5 a.m. or something. Like, that's an extraordinary amount of time. Our peak viewership, like the most people that were watching at any one time, was over 18,000. And I'm not a big numbers person. Like, I don't keep up with the Twitch numbers because it's not that it doesn't interest me, but like, that's not my focus, and I let Chaz kind of worry about that. But 18,000 people is apparently the most that we've ever done by a huge amount. Like, apparently the biggest numbers we've ever had, I guess were last year for Extra Life, and we hit like 10,000. So like, going from 10,000 to 18,000 concurrent peak viewership is a lot. Like, that's a big deal. That's a lot of people. Individual, like, unique viewers, because I get an email from Twitch that will tell you that. And it said, like, unique viewers, like, unique, I don't know if it's IP or device or whatever, was over 220,000. So like 220,000 different people at least clicked on the stream at some point. So that's a lot. I mean, and that's why I can safely walk away from the event and be like, we raised the absolute most amount of money I think we could have raised for the event, just because we've never had numbers anywhere close to that. I mean, more people saw the stream and watched the stream for long periods of time than ever before. So I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with that. And just getting the opportunity to, I mean, for one, cross our first goal of 60,000 to make the cumulative amount 500,000, 500,000, but then to raise another 50,000 on top of that. That's fantastic, because then that puts our total at 550,000, a nice round number. So yeah, 550,000 now over 11 years, and that's incredible. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And I know I thanked Mark for the pizza. I want to thank the High Heel Gang also for sending the cake. Cake was delicious. I don't know, I guess it's in the fridge. But I know you guys are always doing that every year, and we appreciate it. And I really thank you. And then also for the generous donations that came from the High Heel Gang, because there was many thousands of dollars that came, and we appreciate it. I mean, every year, but especially this year. Thank you for everyone who donated. And I know some of you donated multiple times throughout the day, throughout the test stream too. I mean, there were so many donations coming in, and I saw the names, and I heard the donation reader like saying things, and like, there's so many things. Some of them are very, very large amounts, multiple times. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then for everyone else, like, a lot of Extra Life's so interesting for me because there's so many names that I recognize, obviously, from streams. There's a lot of folks that tune in for streams, but then there's also folks that they don't regularly tune into streams, but I hear from them every year for Extra Life. You know, they're tuning into the event and they're making a donation. It may not even be a huge thing. It may be, $15, $25, but they're like, hey, I watch this every year. This means a lot to me, and I wanted to donate. And I hear that, and that really means the world to me. It really does, and I appreciate it. There were so many first-time donators too. People that have said that they've been enjoying the event for years, and they're finally in a spot to be able to donate. We've been doing online content for so long that there's multiple people that send in donations, and they said that they've been watching since they were children, and they are now old enough that they have their own expendable income, and they want to make a donation. And that's an entire other layer of like, oh my God, we're so old, we've been doing this so long. But I appreciate that too. Also want to say a special shout out to Jared, 8-Bit Drummer, who sent us a big old raid in the middle of the day. And then especially to John. Really appreciate John using our event each year for a little slice of chaos courtesy of his community, which is how, which led to us getting disco only. But every year he has his community collectively push for a game, and he did this year. And John, I really appreciate you. I really do. I want to thank you personally for always pushing your folks our way, and helping to make that the event something special and always memorable. every year. The game that we played that he had recommended this year, Jimmy Johnson's Racing, was wild because he had played it single player like earlier that day, because John was actually doing his 1000th stream, which fell on Extra Life, which is wild. So congrats to him. He had played it single player, and it ran, fine. It's targeting 30 FPS. When we played it, we were doing 4-player split screen, and the game ran like garbage. So we had like super different experiences with the game. But it was funny. I didn't know it ran so smoothly. For him, I thought that it was a joke game of like, play this game, it runs at 10 FPS. But no, it was just, it ran badly in split screen. Okay, maybe I did tell everything I needed to say. Maybe. Thanks again to the mods. I know I mentioned that on the stream, but the event literally does not work without mods. It takes an immense amount of work remotely from so many other people to do an event like this. And I mean that. If we didn't have the mods, even having 10 people here, we could not put on the event. It would be impossible. That we need more people that are hands on deck. And I just want all of you to know I appreciate you. We have I would say some of the best people in the world working this event, and all of y'all are appreciated. And we really don't have a huge team of our mods either. We just have some extremely dedicated people who donated so much of their time yesterday to make this happen, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I hate to always feel like I'm gonna forget something, but I've rambled on so long, it's like I'll just do it all now. I guess I'll go ahead and stop talking about this now. I'm sure there'll be more to the vlog day because I want to film something tonight maybe, but that's my spiel. And yeah, just thank you for making the event so fun. I appreciate everyone. This is a big deal for me every year. This is single-handedly our biggest event, and it's become so much bigger than I could have ever imagined. And I just want to thank everybody. It's so wild to me that honestly, very relatively tiny internet community can do so much good. It's interesting to go to the Extra Life site and sort by the top donors, and we're in second place. Game day hasn't happened yet, right? But we're still going to be way up there when it's all said and done, I'm sure. We're second to Wizards of the Coast, which, the fact that just some folks in a room are competing with huge corporations is just incredible. It's a testament to, to all of you. We facilitate this event every year, but you guys are the ones that donate. You're the ones that spread the word and have made it into what it is after 11 years. And I just really appreciate it. I really do. We will be back next year. We'll do this again. If there's anything we feel like we can improve upon, then we will. But I'm also really happy with how things went. So, okay, I'm done. I'm going to have to re-microwave that muffin. And I'll get a shower, and hopefully folks will be back here in just a little bit. Eventually I woke up and we ate charcuterie, and that's it. We sat on that couch.
I didn't even get a good picture of it.
I know.
There's a whole table.
I know.
This is how we feel inside.
Well, yeah, that's a good representation.
Just throwing all this cheese
after all the
together.
charcuterie.
Yeah, I should have filmed it. I didn't.
I pointed to it and said content. And then
Yeah.
it said cool. And
Yeah. You should have just taken my phone. Yeah, we just sat and talked, and I did a monologue earlier for half an hour, so there's no reason to make this vlog any longer than.
This is the vlog, and include that as the stinger at the end.
I'm gonna pass on that, but I appreciate it, the offer. Yeah, I'm going to bed again. It's only 10. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? Good job, everybody!
Extra Life.
Good job.
Yeah.
Check out the VODs.
Yeah.
they're going to be on YouTube.
They're gonna be fun.
Yep.